return of the Mack. Please welcome on stage, Morrison.
What's up and welcome back, you guys, to the 31118 channel. Today I will be talking about a legendary artist who hit songs can be heard at every cookout, on every radio station, and played by every generation. Even if you don't know his name, you sure know this song. His name is Mark Morrison, another crossover songwriter, producer, and singer who carried handcuffs on his wrist because that's what misconception people thought of him.
How could I do in this music game? There's going to be people out there that always judge me as a criminal.
I'm going to talk more about his ups and downs in this video, but most importantly, I want to highlight what Mark is up to now, which has certainly been life-changing. But first, a quick backstory. Mark Morrison was born on May 3rd, 1972. Although he was born in Germany, he grew up in the UK and spent time with family in Barbados. Mark eventually settled in Florida and revisits his home in the UK quite frequently. Mark was raised by his parents and has one sibling who also settled in Florida and became a lawyer. Now, Mark knows he was raised right. He wasn't a bad kid, just made bad decisions. In 1993, he releases Where Is Our Love and You've Changed as his first pieces of music on his own label, Joe Mel. Not long after those releases, the bad decisions began. In 1994, Mark was arrested in his part of a club fight in the UK that led to the stabbing death of a young student named Julian. Fortunately, Mark wasn't one of the men to harm the victim and was only convicted of violent disorder. In 1995, he was officially sentenced to a fine and was to serve 150 hours of community service. Now, community service wasn't the only major thing that Mark was working on around that time. Yep, the debut of the most known, most brilliant song today, Return of the Mack, was released and shot Mark's career like no other.
25 weeks that record was in the top 20 in America. That's quite unprecedented.
This song skyrocketed the charts and now has well over 100 million streams today. Return of the Mack has now been featured in many commercials like McDonald's, Uber Eats, and Google.
We change. We're here to keep you safe.
Many celebrities have been caught singing this song that we all fell in love with.
We did a Return of the Mack cover, and I think that's the best song that's ever been fucking made. Play that shit, bro.
Well, I got you that to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was about to get
Oh my God.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, there is no argument. Return of the Mack is still hands down one of the greatest songs ever. And don't think he was a one-hit wonder. Mark releases the debut album Return of the Mack in April of 1996. Unfortunately, as the album and hit single started taking off, Mark was behind bars. Between the years of 1996 until 98, Mark did have a few run-ins with the law, like being in possession of an illegal firearm. Remember the community service that Mark was sentenced to in 1995? Well, in 1998, he was given 12 months in jail after a newspaper broke the story that Mark paid a lookalike to fill in for him and serve out his hours. This lookalike was Mark's bodyguard, Gabriel. Although he looks more like him now, back then he wasn't so close. Gabriel had a beard and dreads that he covered with a hat. He wore sunglasses and was picked up and dropped off in a Mercedes each day. Somehow the facility never knew it wasn't Mark and he thought he got away with it. Word made it out that Mark only served 42 of his 150 hours. He claimed that he used this imposter because he was dealing with a lot of stress from his career, having to serve his hours, and paying off his fines. As Mark grew older, he started to shed the bad boy image. He let go of the handcuffs and managed to stay out of trouble for a while. He even released his next album, Innocent Man, in 2002. But then his past tried to resurface in 2009 when he was arrested for allegedly getting into an altercation in his hometown. Now, we can agree that Mark has been through a lot, but he did get help for himself and grew to learn from his mistakes. His arrogant attitude has changed for the best, and he has now done a complete 360. Mark has become a pillar pillar for his community and is now happy to serve his debts. Mark promises to return to London and help with the skyrocketing youth crime rates within the city of Leicester. Part of his assignment will be to speak with the youth and help combat knife crime. I think this is a great fit for Mark because he has lived and experienced the good, bad, and ugly of his actions as to why he is so respected. The singer kept his promise and returned to London early this July. What else is Mark up to? Well, he never gave up on his music. In late 2014, he released the album I Am What I Am. On that album is the single My Life, which features Tory Lanez and Rick Ross. He also has a new record label, Mac Life Records, and has signed artists like Rhea Sun, a singer currently based in the UK. Also, Mark recently did something very special and bought a house for his mother, who is now officially a resident of Florida. He still collects millions in royalties from the return of the Mac each year, and it looks like he will be for a long time.
Spiritually, I'm a lot closer to God, spiritually, but my heart was never bad, you know. My mama raised me to be, you know, a genuine person, and I never felt that I was a bad person, but I felt like I was doing irresponsible things.
Right.
And I just like to know, you know, from now to my young fans, I'm gonna start being the example and start trying to set the example. I think that's very important.
Well, that is it for Flashback Friday. You guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it. Make sure you are subscribed to 31118. Until next Friday, peace.